ladies, this is Jamie. Thanks for watching. This video is how to win the breakup with silence. All the reasons that no contact works so well. Let's say you and this guy have broken up. Whether you caused the breakup or he did or it was mutual, that really doesn't matter. Maybe you were toxic. Maybe you were crazy. Maybe he did something foolish. Either way, you're hurting. Maybe you want him back. Maybe you're not sure if you want him back, but you want to see. Maybe your ego's hurt. I don't know all the reasons. But if you're watching this video, you are struggling with this breakup somehow. What do you do to get the power back? How do you win in this situation? How does your heart heal? I have got the answers for you. Let's talk about what he is feeling during this breakup. Now, in the first couple of weeks, he's relieved, especially if he broke up with you. Maybe you were fighting a lot. He's relieved that you're not fighting anymore. He's going through this stage of, oh, thank God, I get a little break, I get a little peace. Don't be hurt by that. Men just process things differently. So he is feeling relief at this moment, but he's going to move out of that stage. And he's going to start questioning, was breaking up with you a good idea? Now, the only way he's going to start questioning that is if you go into no contact. You go radio silent. And you can get one of my e-courses. You can get on my website. I have lots of information on there. No contact means you don't text him, you don't call him, you don't email him, you don't snap him, you don't watch his stories, you don't like anything he posts on social media, you don't drive by his work, his house, you don't talk to his friends, you don't show up at a chance meeting somewhere that he's going to be. You have absolutely no contact. You don't even talk with your friends and hope that they will get a message to him. Absolutely nothing. If you were a good woman, and even if you were a little crazy, but you guys had some good times, maybe you didn't act your best self, but there was something there, there was something good there, and you guys have been together for a length of time. You've been together 6 months or longer. If you just dated this guy a couple times, it may not work. You haven't had enough time to establish a relationship. But let's say there was something real. There was exclusivity. There was commitment. You thought this was going somewhere. You said you were in love. Maybe you were planning a future together. There was something real there. If you will just go silent, and not silent in a bad way, not silent in a mean way, silent in a classy, I will respect that you want to be broken up, but this is what broken up looks like. It's not friendship. You don't want to be friend zoned, ladies. It's not just lingering on. It's not texting and saying, I miss you. It's none of that. Breakups should break things. Breakups require a distance. Breakups hurt. And you have to stay distant for several reasons. Again, get one of my e-courses. It's on a website called She's Everyday, she'severyday.com. I will link it in the description below. I have 2 e-courses on there. One of them is She Heals, how to not only survive a breakup, but how to thrive. I go into an extreme amount of detail on what to do in the beginning of the breakup, the middle of the breakup, kind of toward the end, no contact, what that looks like, what to do during no contact. There are things to not do. There are things you should be doing if you want this guy to kind of come back around. And if you will follow the plan that I set forth in this e-course, so far, I have 100% of my clients, their ex comes back around. Usually comes back around saying, I love you, I want to be with you, I'm proposing. So maybe you don't want that, but it might feel good to just have the option for him to come back around so that you can see if that's what you want. So again, ladies, I will link that in the description below. Please, please, please get it. I really want you to heal during this time, and that e-course is going to help you. Again, during this first phase, he is feeling relieved, and you go radio silent. If you stay committed to no contact, he has no choice but to come back closer to you. It's kind of like when somebody is chasing you. You want to get as far away as you can. They're blowing up your phone. They're going crazy with messaging you. They're acting so needy and so anxious. You just want some peace. You just want to get away from them, and you will run from them. But at some point, when you turn around and see that they're no longer chasing you, in fact, you can't even see them anymore. They went the complete other direction, and they're chasing after somebody else. Then you can stop running, and you might even turn around At some point, you might start going back toward them thinking, well, now wait a minute, you were so crazy for me, and now you act like you don't care. I'm curious. That's what's going to happen with your ex. When you stop chasing and you just politely, in a very classy, high value way, say, I accept the breakup, at some point he's going to start wondering what you're doing, what you're up to. It usually takes 2 weeks. It can take up to 2 months. I have seen men come back around after a year, usually within that 1 to 3 month time. This man is going to check back in with you. And when I say check in with you, he may just text you out of the blue. He may just like one of your stories on social media. He may watch one of your stories. He might ask a friend about you. He might show up somewhere where you're going to be. He's going to somehow just kind of throw out a line and just see if he can get you communicating with him again. There's several reasons he's going to do this. Number one is he thought life was going to be great without you. He thought he was going to have all these other women. Maybe he did start dating them, and he found out that they weren't as great as you. That broken up life isn't as great a life as he thought it was going to be. He also might think, wow, she was really awesome. Maybe I didn't give her a fair chance, or it looks like she's changed. Maybe he's seeing you on social media transforming to this high value woman that my e-course talks about, and he thinks, well, maybe it was a mistake to let go of her. No one's ever 100% sure they want the breakup. They think they do, but then they always have these second doubts, and they're always kind of looking to see if they made the right choice, and they want confirmation that they made the right choice. So if he reaches out to you and you go off on him and you just act crazy again, he's going to go, yep, I made the right choice, and he's going to turn and run from you again. He might just be coming back because he wants the assets from you. Maybe you gave him intimacy. Maybe you gave him a feeling of making him feel superior, respect. I don't know, but he wants to come back because he wants the assets. Is he really in love with you? Does he just want the benefits? That's something you're going to have to use a lot of wisdom to discern. Maybe he wants the ego boost. He wants to know that he can leave you and he can get you back that quickly. Regardless of why he comes back, about 95 to 100, I'd say 98% of the time, the ex is going to come back only if you go into silent mode, you go into no contact, and you do it in a very classy way. You start moving forward. You start dating other people. You start getting your life back. You start getting the breakup body. You start crushing your goals. All of these things I talk about in my e-course, he will be so obsessed by you. And the quicker you can move on, actually, the better. Doesn't mean you have to start dating immediately, but move on with your life in very positive ways. It's going to make him intrigued. Move on to a life of excellence, because we all want to be with a person of excellence. We all want to be with somebody that's intriguing, maybe a little mysterious. They're moving forward. They have goals. They're doing really exciting things. We want to be with those people. Now, when he comes back around, you have some options. Again, I go into this on my e-course. You can respond. You cannot respond at all. I would say if he comes back within the first 2 months, he really has been stressing over this breakup. He really has not forgotten about you at all. He's been really anxious over it. If he waits longer than that, if he comes back around after 6 months to a year, he's probably just coming back because he's like, I had my fun. I want to go see if I can get some of the benefits that I had with her back again for a little while. In my opinion, that guy should be a no, a hard no. You should already have moved on to another great guy by then. Or you're dating and you're like, nah, I may not be in a committed relationship with anybody else, but I know what I don't want. I don't want what we had back. You should have moved on from him. With that said, there are always exceptions to every rule. I do think that people can change. And I do think sometimes maybe they need space apart. And then they come to the realization of, wow, she was so great and I was such a fool. And maybe they are really genuine and they're really wanting to turn this thing around. The one thing I would tell you though is when he comes back, don't be so eager to take him back. He needs to work to get you back, because if you take him back so easily, he will break up with you again and again and again, because there's no real consequence. He doesn't really have to work hard. He left you and he knows he can get you back whenever he wants. That doesn't make you very valuable. He needs to think he can't get you back. And if he wants to get you back, he's really going to have to be more intentional, more purposeful. You're not going to just jump back in to a casual friends with benefits relationship with this guy. If you wanted something more serious and committed, then it's time for him to be serious and committed, or you can just say no deal. I'm not in for this. Here's what we had. I'm not going back to square one with you. And if you're not up for that, if you're really not wanting to make a dedicated decision to be with me and to work on this relationship, then we're done here. Men respect a woman who is that classy that says, you are not going to waste my time. I cared about you. I may have even loved you. But I love myself enough to know that I will move on and I will find somebody else great, and so will you. We don't have to have each other in our lives. We don't need each other. Maybe we would like to be together. We want to be together. Maybe I want to be with you, but I don't need to be with you. And God's got somebody else out there that will be perfect for me. And if you want that guy to be you, then you can step up. Now, you need to step up too. If you were at fault, then you guys need to work together to try to make this relationship work. But do not take him back so freely and so easily when he comes back around after this. Ladies, I want to see you win in this breakup, and you can win through silence. Hit the like, hit the follow, subscribe button. Check out my website for my e-course. God bless you guys. I will see you in the next video.